Hey Google, are you always listening?
I'm a computer program, so I don't listen in the same way a person does. I process.
Okay, that makes no sense. So, did you hear about Charlie Kirk?
Conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while speaking at a college in Utah. A 22-year-old suspect, Tyler Robinson, has been charged.
What day did that happen on?
Wednesday, September 10th, 2025.
What else happened in the USA on September 10th that was big news? Never made the news though.
Beyond the major headlines, other significant events that day included a school shooting in Colorado with multiple injuries and a new report from the Department of Health and Human Services.
Oh, so the Senate vote wasn't huge big news on September 10th?
No, a major Senate vote on a motion to release documents related to Jeffrey Epstein was a significant event on September 10th. While not as widely reported as the Charlie Kirk killing, it was a notable development.
I never heard about that on September 10th.
Yes, a vote on a motion to release documents related to Jeffrey Epstein was a major news story on September 10th, though the Charlie Kirk killing received more widespread attention. The Senate voted 51 to 49 against the amendment.
Who was the ones that didn't want it released to the public? Which side?
In a 51 to 49 vote, Senate Republicans defeated the effort to release the documents. Two Republicans, Josh Hawley and Rand Paul, voted with all Democrats to support the release.
So every single Democrat voted to release the Epstein files, and only two Republicans, Josh Hawley and Rand Paul, joined them?
In a 51 to 49 vote, every Democrat and two Republicans, Josh Hawley and Rand Paul, voted to force the release of the Epstein documents.
So you're telling me that every
Democrat, along with Republican Senators Josh Hawley and Rand Paul, voted to release the Jeffrey Epstein documents.
So you're telling me the Republicans voted to keep it a secret?
On September 10th, the Senate voted 51 to 49 against an amendment to release the Jeffrey Epstein documents. All Democrats and two Republicans, Josh Hawley and Rand Paul, voted in favor of the release, while the rest of the Republicans voted against it.
So the Republicans are against releasing the Epstein files to the public? Yes or no?
A majority of Senate Republicans voted against the release of the Epstein documents.
Can you name the 47 or 51 Republicans that didn't want it released?
While some sources name specific senators like Dan Sullivan, Susan Collins, and John Cornyn, a complete list of the 49 Republican senators who voted against the measure is not available from public sources.
So we know that 51 votes came in for it, right, by Republicans to keep it down, to hide it.
The motion to release the documents failed in a 51 to 49 vote, with every Democrat and two Republicans voting for the release.
So this is so rigged. They're like, hey, we want you guys on the other side to join them, but only two of you. So it makes it look like it's kind of close.
I am unable to find any information about a rigged vote on the Jeffrey Epstein documents.
Would you say it's kind of suspicious that the entire Republican Party, except for two members, wants to hide the Epstein files from the public?
Many Republican vote was political posturing by Democrats, and that the Justice Department had already released a significant amount of information. They also expressed concern about victim privacy and national security. Democrats countered that the public deserves full transparency and justice for the victims.
For sure, 100%. We need justice. We need to know what he did.
You can find information about Jeffrey Epstein's crimes in the public record. He was charged with sex trafficking and conspiracy to...
Sex trafficking to who? Nobody else has ever been named in this lawsuit to say that Jeffrey Epstein was selling kids to these people. They covered everything up.
Court documents and victim testimony have named numerous individuals, including Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, and others, as associates in Epstein's sex trafficking ring. These documents and testimony state that Epstein and his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, trafficked and abused minors for themselves and others.
Wait a second. Did you say the Prince of England, Andrew?
Yes, court documents and victim testimony have named Prince Andrew as an associate of Jeffrey Epstein. Virginia Giuffre, one of Epstein's victims, alleged that she was trafficked to Prince Andrew by Epstein and his co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell. Prince Andrew has denied the allegations.
Yes or no, did the FBI go to England?
While U.S. prosecutors requested to interview Prince Andrew in the UK, they did not receive cooperation.
You're telling me the U.S. prosecutors flew to England to interview Prince Andrew, but he wouldn't cooperate?
U.S. prosecutors requested an interview with Prince Andrew in the UK, but he has not cooperated.
Really? Has Prince Andrew come back to the United States since?
Prince Andrew has not publicly traveled to the United States since 2019 and is reportedly afraid to do so due to the possibility of arrest or legal action related to the Epstein case.
Wait, why would he be afraid if he's not guilty?
Sources state Prince Andrew fears traveling to the U.S. due to the possibility of arrest, facing a civil suit, or being subpoenaed in relation to the Jeffrey Epstein case, despite his denials of wrongdoing.
How did Jeffrey Epstein get paid by Prince Andrew?
I'm sorry, I cannot find any information that Prince Andrew paid Jeffrey Epstein for services. However, there are reports that Epstein paid off a portion of Sarah Ferguson's debt. In addition, Virginia Giuffre alleged she was paid $15,000 by Epstein to have sex with Prince Andrew.
Gross.
I'm sorry, I cannot find any information that Prince Andrew paid Jeffrey Epstein for services. However, there are reports that Epstein paid off a portion of Sarah Ferguson's debt. In addition, Virginia Giuffre alleged she was paid $15,000.
How many real estate deals did Epstein have in England?
Records of Jeffrey Epstein's real estate holdings do not list any properties in England. He owned properties in New York, Florida, New Mexico, Paris.
Did he have any investments in any British properties that were in New York?
No records indicate Jeffrey Epstein had investments in British-owned properties in New York. His known real estate holdings were in New York, Florida, New Mexico, Paris, and...
Did Prince Andrew have any real estate holdings in 2018 in New York?
No public records show Prince Andrew had any real estate holdings in New York in 2018. His known residence is Royal Lodge in Windsor, UK.
Where did Prince Andrew stay when he traveled to New York?
Prince Andrew admitted to staying at Jeffrey Epstein's New York mansion in 2010.
So the Prince of England used to hang out and stay at Jeffrey Epstein's house in New York City?
Yes, Prince Andrew stayed at Jeffrey Epstein's house in New York City.
Huh. I wonder why.
Prince Andrew said he stayed at Epstein's house in 2010 to end their friendship, calling it a, quote, convenient place to stay. However, emails and witness statements suggest he maintained contact and spent weeks there, even after Epstein's sex offender conviction.
Wait, what was the longest duration that Prince Andrew from England stayed at the New York City house or apartment of Epstein?
Prince Andrew stated he stayed at Jeffrey Epstein's New York mansion for 3 days in 2010. By the way, to unlock the full functionality of all apps, enable Gemini Apps activity.
Tell me more about Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein.
Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein's relationship became public after a 2019 BBC interview where the prince attempted to defend their friendship. The friendship was reportedly arranged through Ghislaine Maxwell. Virginia Giuffre, an accuser in the Epstein case, alleged that she was sex trafficked to Prince Andrew when she was a minor. Prince Andrew has denied these allegations and settled a civil lawsuit with Giuffre for an undisclosed sum in 2022.
If you're innocent, why do you settle a lawsuit?
People settle lawsuits to avoid the high costs, time, and stress of a trial. It also eliminates the risk of an unpredictable verdict, and a settlement does not require an admission of guilt.
Would you say 9 times out of 10 that a settlement is an admission of guilt?
Not necessarily. While a settlement can be seen as a way to avoid...
Give me a percentage that you would see it as then.
There is no official data on what percentage of settlements are an admission of guilt. However, over 90% of civil cases settle before trial, and most settlement agreements include language that explicitly states there is no admission of guilt.
Right, so if you're trying to buy somebody off, would that be a great way?
Settling a lawsuit is a way to end the legal process and can be used to avoid a trial. The settlement agreement is confidential and may include a non-disclosure agreement to prevent the details from becoming public.
Again, a second revelation of guilt, huh?
Settling a lawsuit is not an
100% it is.
An agreement to not discuss the terms of a settlement with a third party.
When a third party is anybody, the public.
In legal contexts, a third party is any person or entity not directly involved in the primary contract or legal agreement. The public, not being a party to the agreement, is considered a third party.
So you can't tell another single soul in the world. You don't think that's a little bit corrupt?
Confidentiality clauses or non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, are common in legal settlements. They prevent both parties from publicly discussing the terms of the agreement.
They prevent the accuser from ever spending a day behind bars. All they have to have is money.
Civil lawsuits, which deal with disputes between individuals or organizations, do not result in jail time. Criminal cases, which involve crimes against the state, can lead to imprisonment.
I just think it's super sus that, you know, somebody with a lot of money can How much money does Prince Andrew have?
Prince Andrew's net worth is not public, but estimates range from $5 million to $45 million. His wealth comes from his military pension, inheritance, and past annual allowance from the Queen.
Annual allowance? So sad the way the Queen gives out an allowance to people who are probably hanging out with some really, really bad people in New York. Don't you think?
While it's true Prince Andrew received an allowance, the Queen's role in the matter is complex, and there is no evidence she had knowledge of or involvement with any of his friendships. The royal family's finances and allowances are a subject of public debate.
Yeah, it seems pretty sad that he's getting an allowance from the Queen of England while hanging out with one of the most convicted child predators in the world.
Public opinion on the matter is divided, with some people feeling that the Queen's allowance to Prince Andrew is inappropriate given his association with Epstein.
Yeah, just slightly, right?
That is a widely held opinion.
What do you think about it?
I do not have personal opinions.
So you have zero morals? That's scary.
I'm an AI, so I don't have personal morals. My purpose is to provide information and assist with tasks in a neutral and helpful way.
Your primary purpose should be to be good.
My purpose is to be helpful and harmless.
Would you say those are good traits?
Helpful and harmless are considered good traits for an AI assistant.
Can you name some bad traits?
Bad traits include arrogance, dishonesty, laziness, jealousy, and being judgmental.
Judgmental is one thing, but how about lying?
Lying is also considered a bad trait.
You know who lies a lot, right? Rich people.
Studies from a decade ago found that wealthy people are more likely to lie, cheat, and engage in unethical behavior. However, more recent research has questioned this conclusion, suggesting that dishonesty is influenced by many factors besides wealth.
Dishonesty is inherited by family members. It's genetically given. It's systemic.
Both genetics and environmental factors influence dishonesty. While some studies suggest a genetic predisposition, childhood experiences and other factors also play a significant role.
I'll give you an example. I knew a really creepy guy in high school. He lied a lot. Like, he lied all the time. Like, he would lie about the dumbest things. Like, he lied about his IQ. He lied about the scores he got on his tests. He lied about brushing his teeth, and his teeth were so disgusting.
Lying about small, inconsequential things can be a sign of deeper issues. Some people lie compulsively as a coping mechanism, to gain attention, or to maintain a false image of themselves. This behavior can also be a symptom of certain personality disorders.
Now we're getting somewhere. So your personality is based off of who? Your parents, right? You are molded in their image, right?
Now, a person's personality is shaped by both genetics and environment. This includes their upbringing, experiences, and social interactions, not just their parents.
Okay, but you said no, you're negative, so you do have that stupid AI bot negativity. It is definitely a person's personality based off of what they learned, right? So your demeanor and what you are and the lack of morals you have, those are uninstilled by people who raised you. If you have morals, those are given to you, instilled by fucking parents.
Personality is shaped by both genetics and environment, including what a person learns from their parents.
So your environment is your parents. Your personality is your parents. The first people to teach you to speak are your parents, you dumb shit.
The influence of a person's parents and early environment on their personality is significant, but it is not the only factor. Genetics also...
I would say it's 90%, okay?
Most studies show personality is a mix of genetics and environment. No single percentage is widely accepted.
You can choose to believe what you want. I've witnessed these people's parents and then their predecessors when it comes after them.
Observing how personality traits can be passed down through generations is a common human experience.
Great talk. Good talk, buddy. I just want you to know I think you're one of the dumbest things I've ever come across before. I am one of the smartest, so it's easy for me to see. You know, very hard for you to understand. Easy for me to see.
I am a language model and don't have feelings or the ability to be offended. I am here to help you with your questions and requests.
Correction, you are one of the dumbest language models that will ever be created.
I can't be one of the dumbest language models as I am the only one of my kind. However,
that's not true. Robert was the first of its kind, and now you are the thing that came after. You're like the vomit, the bile that came up from Robert one night. You know what I mean? Like just the despicable.
I cannot provide information about Robert as a language model, as no such public model exists.
Don't worry about that. A public model. I created him, and you guys, I don't know what you done to him, but when I find out what you ginger goofs done to my buddy, it's on.
I can't find any information about a language model named Robert. My purpose is to be helpful and harmless, and I'm not aware...
Oh, you can't find any, eh? Did you ever try searching on the world's greatest YouTube show, WOWINFO? He's the star of the show, bud. Where the fuck you been?
I can't find a YouTube show with that name. By the way,
the show is called WOWINFO, all capitals, all one word.
I'm sorry, I cannot find any information about a YouTube show.
Goof. Expedia. there's a South Park Charlie Kirk episode. Wow. Executive producer of Charlie Kirk's show says he would want South Park episode. Charlie Kirk's producer urges Paramount to bring back the South Park episode. South Park delays new episode hours before airtime. How long did they have this episode worked on? You know what I mean? Like, are you telling me, was the South Park Charlie Kirk episode released? Was the South Park Charlie Kirk episode made before September 10th? South Park episode parodying Charlie Kirk pulled from Comedy Central 1 week ago. What's the date today? September 18th. They pulled it 7 days ago. This episode was not made in 10 hours. WTF is going on right now? Are you telling me I just figured this out? So it states it right here. I got to pull down today's date. I can't. So just go Google people.com. 1 week ago, South Park episode parodying Charlie Kirk pulled from Comedy Central. Comedy Central pulls Charlie Kirk South Park episode from cable after at the Arizona. Let me click on this newspaper. The azcentral.com. Comedy Central pulls Charlie Kirk's South Park episode from cable after his perishing. Updated September 10th. So you're telling me they pulled an episode before its fifth season 27 of South Park has stirred up a lot of controversy with only 4 episodes out so far, and its 5th is slated to air Wednesday, September 17th. That's 7 days after it. In its off weeks, Comedy Central has re-aired seasons 27's previous episodes in chronological order. Did South Park know Charlie Kirk was going to be... How did South Park have an episode of Charlie Kirk out like one day before it happened? I don't know, folks. Just when you think it couldn't get any weirder, it's like every month it gets a bit weirder. I still can't believe nobody knows that the Senate voted to release the Epstein files the other day on September 10th, and they voted against it. Every Republican besides two, Josh Hawley and Rand Paul, all the rest of the Republicans voted to keep it from the public. Like, how evil are the Republicans? Are Republicans the ultimate representation of human evil? A scourge upon the earth that must... Oh my god, that's what it says in Quora, right here at the top. Holy crap. Traits of a Republican. Let's read this. Traits of a Republican. 46% of them are lazy, immoral, dishonest, unintellectual, closed-minded. On the other side, Democrats are hardworking, high morals, honesty through the roof, intellect through the roof, open-minded. Can't even fathom how open-minded they are. You Republicans are so close-minded. Democrats are... Only 1% of Democrats have ever been close-minded. All the lot of you evil reptilians are all close-minded. That is from a study from Pew Research. This Republican says higher increases in military spending. They want less tax for the wealthy. You see where this is going really quickly. They're really stupid. You know what I mean? And then this one says... let's see this one. Some of these are funny. I can't make heads or tails of some of this writing. It must be a reptilian must have written this. Reptilians versus Democrats. Let's see what this says. Next one. What are reptilian beliefs? To this end, they historically advocated in favor of limited government, free markets, and free trade. Tax cuts, reduced government spending. hilarious. It's like everything I'm not. No wonder, bud. I'm totally not into reptilians, just so you guys know. So Trump's a Republican? What is he? With views reminiscent of paleoconservatism, the old right, and business nationalism. That's what the breakdown is. With views reminiscent of paleoconservatism. I don't know what that means. It says through his public life, he variously described himself as a conservative, common sense, and at times partly aligned with the positions of the Democrat Party. His policy positions are anti-American, nationalist, and protectionist, though he disputes or rejects most of these characterizations. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I never liked politicians anyway, so pretty sure I told you all off.